Innocent until I'm back. Who missed me? Hey man, is maturity too much to ask for? I'm just asking. Let's get into this video. Man, let's get to it, man. It's not a lot been going on in the case, man, as we all know. You know what I mean? People have, however they've been able to do it, been able to keep up conversation about it. I never try to sound high-minded, man, but certain things interest me and certain things don't. I was talking to my homeboy this morning, man, and we talked for like an hour on the phone, man, back from Georgia. And one thing he kept emphasizing, and he will always emphasize this, man, we're talking about relationships and whatnot, and he was like, I'm just not with the arguing. And if in that hour conversation, if you guys could have heard us talking, he said that probably like, I'm telling you, 10 to 15 times, you know what I mean, as it pertains to his preferences in a relationship. He's like, I'm not with all the arguing, the drama. Like, if we have a difference of opinion, disagreement, we can talk like adults. I'm telling you guys that this is like my brother. He's my best friend. We're not blood related, but he's like my brother. And I'm telling you guys that just to give you a sense of the type of people that I surround myself with. Now, like I said, this just isn't fly-by-night guy. I've been knowing this guy for 20 years. We've been friends like brothers for 20 years. You see what I'm saying? So these are the type of people I surround myself with. So if you follow me on Twitter, man, you'll often see me making posts. And I say I'm not going back and forth. I'm not doing no arguing, because that is the world I come from. I come from a world of I don't want to sound high-minded, but we ratchet too, but like we still like class, man. Class matters, couth matters, being prime and proper, actually trying to be that, you know what I'm saying? Not putting on a pretense of being that. It matters, man. Like I can say, yo, this is how I carry myself, but I'm ratchet too. That's proper because I'm acknowledging the fact that there's a certain standard for the way I carry myself, but then I myself don't always meet that standard. You see what I'm saying? So that's still being proper, and that's showing the proper etiquette and couth. I don't know anything about this drama-filled world of true crime, man, where it's cool to just be going back and forth with each other every day. You know what I mean? We just create theories for us to have something to argue about. This chick came on my timeline telling me you this and you that and you believe this and you believe that. And I just politely told her, like I tell a lot of people this, you approach me like these people that don't mind arguing with you every day. I'm not one of them, man. I'm going to say what the hell I have to say, and then I'm going to leave it there, because once you approach me with that type of mindset, 9 times out of 10, nothing you have to say matters to me, nor will I care about it. I don't deal with those type of people. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm just randomly scrolling Twitter like I always do, and I see your guy, Harsh Reality, and Steve Goncalves, shout out to Steve G, y'all know I can't talk, having some type of back and forth, and the first thing that comes to my mind is, man, what in the hell? I mean, literally, like, not just verbally what in the hell, but I also have the what in the hell face, guys. I don't contextualize these things like, yo, men don't do this and men don't do that. I think a certain level of maturity is an adult thing. It's not a gender thing. Once you become an adult, a certain level of maturity is an adult thing. But then you can contextualize it and say, okay, not only are we adults, but we also grown men, right? And while, like I said, maturity isn't a gender thing, we do expect a certain amount of self-control and, other just character traits from men that maybe we don't look necessarily for in women, whether that's right or wrong, but we definitely look for it in men. And so when I see this thing, I'm really just, because I know I connected to all the internet drama, the chatter, the back and forth, people who really do. I told Shorty, who I was telling y'all about earlier, you think I'm one of them, and I'm not. I say I know certain females, y'all get a nut off of all. I've been in relationships with women like this. Like, they will create a problem just so we can go back and forth with it. And that's what my homeboy has too. That's the one I was telling y'all about. That's why he's so adamant that he's damn near willing to deal with anything in a relationship except that type of foolishness. So when I see this news about these two grown men, I'm immediately in my mind connecting it to the internet drama. And it kills me because we are grown-ass adults. Why we out here acting like 13-year-olds, man, with internet drama? And I always say we wonder what's going on with the kids, why we blame them for everything. But then I'm also knowing, you know what, man, because I listen to a basketball podcast. I done got back into sports a little bit with my free time. And the dude always talks about My content is for research purposes only. And he's telling the truth. You could tell when he speaks about something, he does his due diligence to research it very, very heavily and thoroughly so he can then bring his topic and his talking points to his audience. And I'm remembering this and I'm like, you know what? That's absolutely true, because I don't say that, but my content is along the same lines. I like to stick to facts. If I don't have the facts, I'll tell you guys that I'm just asserting an opinion. If I have the facts, I'll leave you to argue with them if that's what you choose to do. So with that in mind, I'm thinking, well, I don't really know what's going on with them. Hell, it may be something going on with these two gentlemen that I would, who cares whether I approve or not? That's not the point I'm trying to make. But I would agree with them going back and forth on the internet. So I just started politely inquiring. You know what I mean? I kind of troll tweeted on Twitter. Later on when I'm going to ask you guys what's going on with these two cats, because maybe I'm missing something by not tuning all the way in that would make it make sense to me. Let's just say a little birdie sent me some things, and then I kind of got a basis for what the hell is going on. And guess what, man? No surprise there. It's childish ass chatter, bro. Somebody said this, you said this. Well, I ain't say this, but you took it wrong. But now you said, and now the latest news I got is Harsh Reality is about to make a new video tonight talking about it. At this point, man, I see what's going on, bro. At this point, I'm sorry. I know he's one of y'all cool table people. I don't watch these YouTubers. If that makes you not like me or makes you unfollow me, then with all due respect, man, Godspeed. But I don't like these YouTubers because I can tell the type of personalities they have. That same conversation I told y'all I had with my homeboy today, he had to check me on some stuff. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm grown, like for real grown, like y'all grown. But my homeboy had to put me in my place about some things that I needed to be put in my place about. And I didn't whine, I didn't moan, et cetera, et cetera. I said, you know what, bro? I needed to hear that. You woke me up with that. Because I really want to be the best me I can be. Cool. And then I had to do the same thing for him. So I'm knowing most of these YouTubers, especially the cool table ones, they don't got no, but y'all be sending me their links. I'm going to keep it real with y'all, man. Y'all might lose y'all. I be looking at this like, man, why am I looking at this ignorance for? In the first 5 minutes, they gonna say something that make no damn sense, and ain't nobody gonna challenge them on it. Respectfully challenge. But I tell you, me and my homeboy was checking each other. It was no, machoism about it. Like, nah, bro, I gotta say something to you, man, and we partners, so you gonna listen. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't like, we cursing and screaming. It ain't none of that. We talking like adults. And tag your favorite YouTuber. Drop it in the link comments right now. I'm going to do this for y'all, Lord willing. Drop your favorite YouTuber in the comments right now. I guarantee you I can watch their video, and within the first 5 to 10 minutes, they can say some absolute foolishness, and then I will go to the comments, and literally nobody is going to challenge them on it. I don't live in that world, bro. I don't live in that world. We don't just run around recklessly through life saying and doing things, and then we surround ourselves with a bunch of people who would never ask us to stop and be like, yo, what the hell going on? You all right? I live in that world where the people around me, especially the people around me usually, repetitively all the time, they know, boy, if it even look like I'm out of pocket, you could tell me, yo, you out of pocket. So now I'm going back to these cats and I'm judging them through that lens, and I'm thinking, well, shoot, let me keep it real about Steve, man. Steve, he lost his daughter. I'm not about to make no excuses for the man. I had major questions about him from the beginning since he introduced himself on the scene. You can go back and check my videos out about that. I was not shy about it. I was ultra respectful. I said, yo, in the beginning, I didn't share these thoughts because of what happened, and I just don't want to come off as callous and unkind and insensitive. But now I'm going to share them, and I'm still going to share them in the most respectful way I can about Steve G. I kind of tuned in, not watched, but I've tuned in to Harsh Reality. I don't know the brother. He might be one of the best people alive, probably a much better man than me. But like I said, I know these YouTubers. So while I'm looking at Steve, I don't know what to expect from him from day to day. And with what he's dealing with, that may be driving what appears to be his erratic behavior. And I stress things like it appears to be his erratic behavior because I don't know the context behind his behavior. But I could literally almost understand why Steve would be behaving erratically on a day-to-day basis, even his wife, any of these victims' families in any cases like this. But I'm looking at the Harsh dude, I'm like, yo, bro, you going through something in life especially because the y'all conversation, y'all back and forth is about this crime, this tragedy. So did this affect you in some way that you behaving in a way that makes no damn sense? Or are you just behaving in a way that you're a regular YouTuber behaving in a way that makes no damn sense? And you don't have enough people in your real life corner to tell you, yo, bro, chill out. That's not how adults carry themselves. And More specifically, that's not how men carry themselves. I'm saying this, guys, after I'm not watching this video. I don't watch ignorance. I'm ignorant enough. You know how much ignorance I bring in my own life and into the world? I don't need to add anybody else's in there. But I seen enough from the little birdie that sent me to know, yo, bro, you just, so right now, you doing the same thing content creators always do, bro. You about to try to weaponize these people. What do it matter? He said this about you. Aren't we supposed to be focusing on these victims and getting justice for it? If the man totally lied on your name, big dog, and you feel like you got to address it one time and move the needle back to the damn victims. Because ain't nobody talking about nothing but harsh reality and Steve G. I don't give a damn about none of that. But once again, in my mind, I could possibly understand why Steve G may be being erratic right now. Do anybody got any explanation why harsh reality is not handling this situation like a damn adult? Ain't nobody got time for no he said, she said. Why is you even, come on, bro. I'm not going to say too much more about that, but I had to address it because it's just we're adults, and when are people going to start behaving like adults? And don't let me not say this. When y'all go to their channels, all of these YouTube, I've been wanting to call names. But you know what I don't want to do? I don't want to be one of them dudes that just coming at YouTubers, bruh. That's not my style either. Nothing I say is going to change what they got going on. 9 times out of 10, now anything could, cause change, but 9 times out of 10 they ain't, because all these people do is surround themselves with people who agree with them. But I've been wanting to say names because it's like, yo, bro, why are y'all even listening to these people? It don't make no damn sense. They don't ever be having facts. They don't ever, they might sprinkle 10% of facts into their 90% of, let me just create some content. Because right now, I'm just caught up in the, yo, bro, this is making me money. It's affording me a certain type of lifestyle. If I don't make this many videos a day or a week, I won't generate this amount of revenue, so I got to do it, even if I got to come up with something. Let me tell you the main, I knew what homie name is, Drip Drop. Fam, I knew Drip Drop way before the Idaho 4 case came out. I've been watching Drop. I've been watching Drip Drop. On my other YouTube channel, I can go back and you can go in your Google history and you can search for the comments that you've ever made on YouTube. I can show you why I was commenting on Drip Drop videos years ago, bro. I've literally never watched the full Drip Drop Idaho 4 content video. And I'm gonna tell you why, because I can tell by his captions and shit, this man is just fabricating content to generate income. He started doing it before the Idaho 4 tragedy. I stopped watching him before the Idaho 4 tragedy, and I was one of the first ones when Drip Drop wasn't getting up hundreds of views on his channel. He came out of nowhere. He was going back and forth with a dude called Deep Dive. I can't remember homie channel name. They was going back and forth about some stuff. I was loving Cuz because his content was just so on point. And then I seen the clear veer when he started just making content because he needed to generate content, clicks, and views. I don't know how y'all, and even if you do watch them, I'm not better than you, so I'm not making this video to say that or get on your case about that. But I'm saying, how can you look yourself in the mirror with a pure heart if you're watching these people, you're only taking out what they say that makes sense to what you want to believe, or it may make total sense, it may be fact, but you're not challenging them on the bullshit they say and do? Like, for me, that kind of stuff doesn't register. And this ain't about a conversation of who's right and who's wrong or who's better than anybody. It is about right and wrong, but it ain't about I'm not trying to say, yo, I'm right and I got the best content. I don't. That's why I be telling y'all all the time, educate me. I need to know this. Y'all be correcting me. I don't got no problem with that. I don't want you around me, even in a Webosphere space. I don't want you around me if you just gonna let me bump my head on the brick wall because it makes you feel a type of way or it agrees with what you want to believe. Nah, man, I need you to challenge me, correct me when I'm wrong. And in this situation, it just seems like to me, what I would offer the question, now I heard homie was from a whole nother country, harsh reality. Maybe that's how they move over there, but I just can't believe that maturity and more specifically manhood is so different from country to country that when you out of pocket, you don't got nobody to just pull you to the side, or you shouldn't have somebody pull you to the side and say, yo, bro, did you think this through? But you can't talk to these YouTubers like that. Why you got 1 or 2 people, especially if you just one of their commenters, all they gonna do is have their mods block you. So I'm thinking, dude, he got some real friends in his life that he may just get into a random conversation with, and they could tell him, bro, you about to make another video to talk about it for what? Now you on some chatty patty girly stuff, bro. Men don't move like that. Adults don't move like that. What's your purpose here? What are you doing? In this whole Steve G and harsh reality talk, where in are the victims, the 4 victims inserted in there? Ethan, Kaylee, Maddie, Zaina. Where they insert, everybody's talking about drama and we adults. I don't want to leave that alone, but I'm going to leave that alone, man. But I'm going to leave it alone challenging y'all. Y'all like these people. I don't like people, period. I love everybody. I don't like people. I don't be around people. I'm just too authentic. Even when my emotions are erratic and out of control and I'm dead ass wrong, I'm going to be authentically dead ass wrong. I'm not going to bite my tongue and beat around the bush about it. And I'm going to offer you the opportunity to tell me, yo, bro, you tripping. Adults don't move like that. Y'all need to start telling some of your favorite ass creators, adults don't move like that. Y'all sent me a whole damn video about some body cam. I watched the whole video and this lady the whole damn time making up bullshit ass assertions about what's happening. And the whole internet running with it like you can't clearly. She just made that up. That did not happen like that. But everybody's going crazy about her video. When are y'all gonna wake up? I don't want no beef for YouTubers. I just want adults to act like damn adults. If I wanted beef, I'd call some big names. I got a damn whole probably like 3-4 part series about Sleuthy Goosey punk ass. And maybe she's changed by now. So if you have, I apologize. But your ass needed to be checked. If I wanted some YouTube drama, I would do it like that. I don't want no YouTube drama. I don't want to get fame, clout, recognition, clicks, and views off of these people's names. I want us to start remembering we talking about real human lives and real human tragedy and stop acting like 13-year-old damn kids in the lunch line who got our feelings hurt in first period. The hell is wrong with y'all? Grow your ass up, man. For real, y'all be pissing me the hell off, bro. And like I say, I piss me off enough. I got enough foolishness of my own. I don't be want to engage in all that other bullshit. Man, whatever. Calm your ass down. They tearing the house down 16 minutes in. Very interesting. You turn 3 days out, like, for me, the first question that raises to my mind, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I got to jump in the water. How do I say that? I'm always talking about conspiracy. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Is that how I should say that? Or should I just say, I'm on these conspiracy theories? I don't know. I got to learn how to talk. I follow the page on Twitter to teach you, like, whatever. Why are you... Christmas, like New Year's, like what is it? It breeds the question for me, what's the rush? You couldn't wait till after the holidays? You couldn't do that like now? I don't know. It could be a million legit reasons. I'm just trying to tell you the question that it raises in my mind. What is, it seems like it's a rush. The day is what, like the 14th or something? You about to tear the house down literally in 14 days? What's the rush, big dog? And then out of nowhere, like y'all, so either y'all just came up with this deadline for raising the house, right? The terminology used in the article, or y'all had it already. Y'all were already pre-planning this behind the scenes, and you just decided to release the news to the public. See, the thing about this Idaho 4 case, and it happens in different situations, the ball is just being dropped too much. Why would you wait till the last minute to rush and make this decision to raise the house? And by raise, it does mean demolish, destroy. And if you didn't wait till the last minute and you've been planning this behind the scenes, why wouldn't you communicate to at least the involved parties? The article says you had 3 families that didn't want the house demolished. I don't know that to be true. From what I know, Steve Gonzalez and his family definitely were the ones that came out and said they didn't want the house to be demolished. Wouldn't you communicate that to at least the involved parties instead of just dropping the bomb and creating more friction? You already know this man has displayed a lot of, displeasure and anxiety at y'all about y'all making moves and not informing his family before. It's just the ball is being dropped too much in this case. Even going back to the harsh reality thing, when Steve's saying somebody's threatening him or Hart saying somebody's threatening him, and then the question comes up about is it one of the victims' families? Or is it one of the suspects from early on? Like, bro, I don't know if any of this is true. I don't know how much of this is true, but it's just a lot of unanswered questions, and a lot of the unanswered questions comes from the authorities, those that we're supposed to be able to look to be responsible in the resolution of this situation, just dropping the ball too much. And now y'all about to tear the house down December the 28th, and Ann is going back. That raises questions. And you were on board. Everybody was looking for the email, but it was out there because I shared it. If I want to go far back enough in my content, I could find it, Lord willing. The defense and the state, the prosecution, they were okay with the house being torn down when it was initially supposed to be torn down. Since then, The FBI has gone back, and now, and you're going back. Now, it could be as simple as, hey, since the house is not torn down and it's still up, let's take advantage of the opportunity. It literally could be as sensible as that. But you have to understand, man, there's a billion eyes on this case. People are going to have questions. I'm the type of person, I live like this. I'm not here or making my life decisions to answer everybody who would question the decision I make. That's not how I live. People are you can make the decisions that they advocate you to make, and they're still gonna question. So I make the decisions that I think are best for me. So that very well may be what they're doing. I just want to reiterate, in such a sensitive case, people are going to want to know, if y'all are going back into the house, why would you be, if there was any possibility that you would want to go back into the house, why would you be okay with it being torn down initially? You know what I mean? Now, I was going to read the article. I'm not. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave the link in the description. They're just saying that the house is going to be torn down December 28th. The media is, obviously invited to be there. It's not like they can stop them anyway. Unless the house, this is going to sound crazy, but it's still true. Unless the house is literally on Idaho University property, and Idaho University is a private school. The reason I'm saying that, and it's pertinent, it's relevant, is because people can ban whoever they want to from their private property. But if it's publicly owned, if it's government owned, then you can't, unless somebody commits a crime for you to trespass them. You can't just trespass people, i.e. ban and bar them from public property. Like, we all pay for this. We pay taxes. People are like, well, you don't pay taxes in Idaho. Most of these schools, most of these government, facilities and associations, et cetera, they get federal grants and stuff. So if we pay federal taxes. So if you live in the United States, you pay for damn near everything that the government is involved in, unless they don't get any federal aid whatsoever. Then it would just be, a case of you paying for state taxes, you know what I mean? But even if you visit that state and you buy something from one of their retailers, their stores, whatever, you're paying taxes. So unless that's a private school, the media didn't need their permission to be there anyway. Because we all are allowed to be in public spaces. But what they did say is they're going to cordon off an area that the media can't enter. So there's going to be like a proximity. Is that the word I'm looking for there? They're going to, put up the table. However, they're going to box it off. So you can't come this far. And I think they definitely said something about no drones are going to permit it to be able to be flown. Now, that is very curious to me. For them to put that out, no drones can be flown in the area. I wonder if any media is going to challenge that. I'm going to tell you why I'm asking, guys. Airspace is different, and I'm not going to act like I know all the laws and the legalities when it comes to airspace, but I know you'll go in a bank or something. Let's say you go into the Social Security office, and they have a placard on their wall. No video recording in here, right? Turn off your phones. No video recording in here. People will automatically do it because they see that placard. But in actuality, that placard has no legal authority whatsoever. So if you wanted to walk to the Social Security office and record, you could legally, and there's nothing they can do about it but get upset, maybe call some cops who are willing to violate your rights. But legally, when you go into these places and you see these signs, there's no legal authority behind them. And if there were, it would be very clear. There would be a penal code also on the placard. You won't go into these places and see a penal code because there's no legal authority there. That's just their rules and regulations that they would like for people to abide by, but they can't legally require you to. So I know this to be true about certain airspaces too. I know this to be true while I'm not knowing all the legalities surrounding airspace. But if that's a public area, they don't have the legal authority to tell the media not to fly drones. So I'm curious if any media will, question that. Ann's team also mentioned, that they're going to go in there, take pictures, take measurements, and maybe they're going to fly a drone over. Do you guys have any information on why everybody's so interested in flying drones over the house? I mean, I'm guessing if I think long enough, I myself could think of some reasons that they may be wanting to fly drones over the house, but I'm just kind of trying to cheat right here. Maybe y'all can spell that out for me, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, real quickly, because I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are some great reasons to fly drones over. I just can't really think of any right now. Other than that, guys, that is the breaking news, man. Very puzzling to me why this just popped out, and now they're dropping the news. And matter of fact, the day is Thursday, so Ann's team is supposed to be in there today and tomorrow. But why did they just drop this news? You know what I mean? And the university is saying on their side that, with respect to the families, affected by this and those that want the house to remain, standing until after trial, which probably, was the assumption. They themselves and their community, they want to move on, from this. I can't necessarily disagree with that, guys. There are reasons to keep the house and there are reasons not to keep the house. For the community, I definitely can't disagree with them saying we want to move on. You got to realize, man, we live in a very selfish society. Those 4 kids that were murdered, like, we know about it because we're invested in the case. Obviously, damn near everybody up there probably knows about it, but you can't believe everybody is as invested in that case as we are. Life goes on. You know what I mean? That's just the bottom line. Life goes on, and sometimes that's very harsh to say, to realize, to actualize, but it's very true. Everybody up there is not thinking about Ethan, Kaylee, Zayna, and Maddie. Everybody's not. People is living their lives. I just seen an article about one of their football players. He's entering into the NFL portal. There are other things going on up there. So there are people that don't want to be reminded or don't want this associated with their campus for an extended period of time. Now, on the business side of things, which is kind of cruel to be thinking about, but unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on the vantage point you take, guys, life does go on. And so business, a lot of questions. I've already said that. The ball has been dropped so many times in this case that we got questions about everybody, literally everybody, as we should. But even business has to go on because there are some great things that are being done in young adult lives at that school through that university. Whatever other conspiracies may or may not be taking place behind the scenes, some great things are happening. Hell, I just announced one. We don't know the projection of this young man's career, but coming from Idaho University, I think he said it was there for 2 years. Now he's entering into the NFL draft portal. I think about things like that. If this man goes to the NFL and he let's just say he has a lucrative career like LeBron James, or, he's just no trouble whatsoever. He just makes a lot of money and he plays the game and gets away without being hurt. I don't just look at that like he's had a successful material life. I look at that like this man has an opportunity to set up generations of his family for just serene success, guys. I look at things like that through a wide berth lens. I just do. Like that one life can affect so many different lives. And one reason he has the opportunity is because of the opportunities that have been afforded by him and definitely earned by him. I'm pretty sure nothing is given to most of these college students. Some of them do have a silver spoon or whatever, but there are also a lot of them out there that are going out earning these opportunities through God's grace. And with this particular young man and many others, I'm sure at Idaho University, man, they have earned and are afforded some wonderful opportunities because they are associated with that school. So in that regard, the school does have a responsibility to ensure that good business can go on. And yes, that may include getting rid of remnants, of things like the house. Now, I'm not too, shout out to Evil CJ. He did several episodes talking about the memorial that they had. So I'm thinking they set up a memorial at the school or something. So it's not like they're saying, hey, let's forget about our victims. I don't think they'll ever do that. They got funds set up, scholarships set up. They're not saying that, but they're saying, hey, man, this house where the tragedy had, like the physical representation of it, like it actually happened there. It's not like we about to rent it out again or nothing like that. I can't necessarily just 100% argue against them taking that approach to getting rid of the house. You know what I mean? I see, like I said, good reasons for it. The only reason I see to keep it standing is, for any potential benefit it may have for the trial, which, if I remember correctly, Anne herself said she wasn't a huge fan of like the jurors walking through it or anything like that. So, everybody's going to have their opinion about it. I don't begrudge anyone their opinions. I just want to go back, like I said, to the beginning of the video, man. It just be a lot of foolishness, man, going on. And I'm not better than anybody, man. I'd be dealing with my own issues. I got a real life here in Miami. My ups, my downs, my trials, my tribulations, trying to be a better me, recovering from my own mistakes, trying to stop making the same stupid mistakes. Like, I'm very human. I deal with all of that, man. I just wish I could come online because the internet is represented by the same people that we be around on a daily basis. Now, everybody's not on the internet, but you get what I'm saying. And I just wish I could see more maturity because, once again, looking through that wide berth lens, so much depends on it. If you're behaving like this, then how are you teaching your children to behave? How are they going to teach your grandchildren to behave? How are they going to teach their grandchildren? If we're out here making absolutely inappropriate and mischievous and juvenile things look like, it's just par for the course, then what the projection that has on our children and future generations is just scary to me. And I won't make any apologies for being upset about that. I didn't make this video or say anything I said in it to offend anybody. I don't plan on editing any of it out. Haven't given you guys a video in a long time. I miss y'all, Pray everything is well with everyone. I'm not worried about getting kicked out of the algorithm so much. God will take care of all of that, man. Who's gonna see the videos, they're gonna see the videos. Who's gonna like, share, subscribe, they're gonna like, share, subscribe. Other than that, I just got to get the content out. But I want to, reiterate, I didn't say anything I said in this video to be offensive toward anybody. My homeboy just had me on the phone this morning, and it was one of the better conversations we've had, because I've had some knockdown, drag out conversations with my partners where they was on my, they was on my buttocks. Let me say that. They was on my posterior, and it wasn't as calm, but it was loving. Like, no, bro, you gotta tighten up. And we've all sat in that hot seat. No, bro, you gotta tighten up. And I ain't finna pamper, or put way too much cut on my words to say it. I'm just talking to y'all like I would talk to one of my homeboys, because while I don't like people, I love people, and I realize the impact we all are able to have with our very menial individual lives, man. And then especially when you got audiences that will swarm and listen when you make videos, like maybe you don't have it in you, the maturity or the self-control to pull back from the drama. I be like that sometimes. But I'm challenging all y'all, man. You got to at least start. What word could I use that you would be receptive of? Calling them out, challenging them, correcting them. You can't just let these people get away with foolishness and then you running around like you self-righteous, and not self-righteous, but righteous, and you only worried about the victims too. You are contributing to the ignorance that's taking the focus off of the victims just by advocating it, by watching it and not addressing, like, yo, bro, I don't know. In the car, like I said, I know how these people are, and I know a lot of us, we like, it ain't my business, I'm hands off, or I'm scared, or whatever. Like, nah, bro, silence is consent. Either you're part of the problem or you're part of the solution. And I think too many people have become comfortable with being part of the problem because they can just paint it as they're becoming part of the solution. I don't give a damn what's going on, man. I invite you guys to add more context to it. If we just talking about he say, she say, harsh reality has no business going back and forth with Steve Gonzalez. I ain't even saying Steve Gonzalez is right by any means whatsoever, but once again, I can at least understand why homie may be acting all crazy right now. We know what happened. What happened with you, big dog? Why you over here acting like a female? I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm just calling it what I said. He said, she said this about me. Whatever, bro. I'm going to address this one time. I'm going to let it go. I'm not even implying you got to do things like I do it. But I'm saying you should want to do it like an adult. You should want to do it like a mature, grown person. And that's just not for cuz. That's for all of us, man. You women included, man. Stop with the back and forth. People are allowed to have their opinions. You don't got to get disrespectful. You ain't got to search the internet for people who disagree with you or disagree with your vantage point just to start some type of harsh and unnecessarily aggressive interaction with them. That's childish as hell. And for some of you women, y'all single, that shit ain't attractive. Ain't no man, and they not the kind of man that you say you want. Ain't nobody looking at that like, yo, that's the type. We already seeing that you, what my homeboy said, he can deal with everything but in a relationship. All that argumentative stuff, because you don't know how to approach a conversation where somebody disagrees with you without turning it into something that they ain't got to be. We're adults. Act like it. I'll be safe out there. Innocent until.